Jeff the Killer is dead. 3 days ago, he was murdered. He was decapitated and will not come back again. Over the past 2 months, me and 3 other conglomerates were working tirelessly to put an end to Jeff the Killer. Those individuals being Garog H. Frerf, Chief Isaac J. Pryor, and Jontrell B. Clostrolidium. At the time of our pursuit of a permanent solution to Jeff the Killer, we had deduced that the casualty count of Jeff's onslaught was millions of people per day. We knew this due to Garog developing a clock that visually indicated to us the estimated number of human beings left on the planet. This clock, when we began, stood at roughly 5 billion. It now sits at 578,800. Garog, Jontrell, and Chief Isaac sacrificed their lives for even the most superficial amount of time gained to attempt to halt Jeff the Killer, even in spite of its futility. Before the night of the death of Jeff the Killer, me and my conglomerates devised many strategies to attempt to halt him. One such plan gave us the opportunity to imbue a trusted individual with the same powers as Jeff the Killer. Our trusted individual was Jontrell. The plan involving Jontrell turning into Jeff the Savior failed us, as Jeff the Killer, unbeknownst to us, knew aspects of our plan that we could not have predicted. The information that Jeff the Killer knew resulted in Jeff the Killer thrusting Jeff the Savior into a stasis by utilizing other aspects of our plan against us. After Jeff the Savior was lost, we threw in our towel and utilized our resources to preserve the history of humanity by creating a large-scale time capsule that would house our most sacred artifacts and progressions. Jeff the Killer discovered this as well and attempted to destroy it. After the loss of the capsule, for us all was lost, and we were grasping at straws to find a way to save ourselves. I, unbeknownst to my conglomerates, was also searching for a way to put an end to Jeff the Killer, outside of their own efforts, in the hopes that 2 heads would be better than 1. A stroke of fortune allowed me the time necessary to attempt to revive Jeff the Savior. Jeff the Killer, only days prior, had been assumed to have annihilated the entirety of Russia. However, Russian President Gilbert Baranov had avoided Jeff, and then offered his life in order to assist my plan to revive Jeff the Savior. My plan went as intended, and Jeff the Savior was revived. The arrival of Jeff the Savior resulted in a battle spanning distances I could not fathom. It is likely that the battle was felt and heard by all of you. Jeff the Savior was unfortunately killed after dealing an almost fatal blow to Jeff the Killer. Fortunately enough, when fate seeming to shine for once in favor of good, my final plan was successful, and the blow that Jeff the Savior dealt to Jeff the Killer allowed me to murder Jeff with his own blade. The blade which Jontrell once called his own. This clock here represents the very same number as the death counter. 578,800. Although this one is different in one very crucial way. This counter will be used to mark the growth of humanity instead of its decay. Without a ruthless oppressor, humanity can only grow. There is no one left to extinguish our lives with impunity and fueled by evil. No more Jeff the Killer. There also remain no others that can occupy his stead. Those local to this area surely remember the Chainsaw Killer, and he too was murdered on the same night as Jeff. I'm also sure you are aware of the Slender Man, who seemed to assume Jeff's role before Jeff was renowned. The Slender Man is not a threat. Because I was the Slender Man. I'm sure you're now facing more conflictions based on whether or not you can trust me or anything I say. And for that I must state my agreement. In your position, I wouldn't trust such a hypocrite. I seek not to gain your trust, or even to compensate for my past actions. But for those with nowhere else to turn, I do plan on contributing every last fiber of my being to create a safe place for the remainder of humanity. I attempt to harbor Union City, and will attempt to maintain its major faculties such as electricity and plumbing for the foreseeable future. Once I leave this podium, I will erect an attendance stand to gauge what percentage of humanity you people comprise. Each and every one of you now has more impact on your neighbors than ever before. Your influence, your skills, and your talents may just assume the entire demographic of what you can do best. We shall rise from this punishment scarred, but stronger than ever before. Thank you for attending, and thank you for listening.
2 others remain. However, it is not unlikely for others to return now that the seminar has come to a close.
They would have followed you here if their faith was born with conviction. They simply did not believe as we did. Without the promise, nothing of us truly remains.
What shall we do now?
You may leave this place. As for myself, I will come to an alternative conclusion in due time.
Come with me. The promise shall not be extinguished with impunity.
I didn't expect to hear from you so soon. It's great to see you. I heard the first knock. Just that, with the... It's no issue. I thought you'd be more worried about me entering without your consent. Oh, not at all. So, what brings you here today? Well, I was hoping I could use some of your faculties and services to help with some business I need taken care of. Yes, I can imagine so. I'm sure I can help run the City of Union in some way. That I will need, yes. But I also have some other tasks that require your help. Such as? Do you have access to a helicopter? Yes, I do. Alright. Very good. Do you also have access to a large quantity of steel or metal that can be molded and cast into a large shape? Not on hand, but I'm sure I can manage such a task. Wow, really? Well, let's just say I had some plans for the Slender Man. Why didn't you use any of this earlier? my ass in the grass with that thing. Well, I didn't know it was necessary. You don't want to use a nuke and blow up half the city for a job that could be accomplished with only a few bullets. You've got nukes? Well, no, but, you know, for the analogy. So, helicopter, lots of steel, some big molds. Because dare we making a hell of a lot worse. Oh, god damn! He's so ugly! Jesus! That I am aware of. But you get it, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Honestly, what I would do too if I was in your shoes. But if you're open to suggestions, I'd say for this job, tungsten is your man, not steel. It's much denser and by proxy has a much higher melting point. You can get your hands on that. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I'll have to search for any nearby metal depositories and hope they've got some in mass. I think I know where we can get some. Lots, too. Right here. The depository of the periodic table. We should be looking for a W. That's our tungsten. Guessing it's W for weird letter to associate with tungsten, but hey, probably did it that way for a reason. Oh, shit. Did we just break the elevator? No, it's probably just the seismic failsafe. Hold up. That's doing something, right? I don't think it's doing much. We're gonna have to bring these one at a time. The two is just too much. Is that the best idea? Oh no, it's gonna take longer. Your helicopter can handle the weight though. Oh no, the helicopter can handle it. It's just this elevator very clearly can't.
reasons are clear. Let us be quick and efficient. Stop. He may have cameras or alarms on the inside. Our move must be swift and undetected. Come. This may just be what we need. I shall hoist the vehicle from the opposite side of this window. Form a tight traction with it with your hands, and quickly push down upon the lifting of the vehicle. Our business here is concluded. Let us be gone from this wicked place.
You think Jeff got to Santa? What? I didn't see him there. I guess I'll know once Christmas comes around. What's the plan with this one? That one stays here with me. Eyes on it all day, every day. I'd also like to add in a heat registry or some sort to check its innards periodically. Certainly can do, Maurice. What's next on the docket then? Well, a very large portion of people cooperated with my request to state their attendance. I wouldn't doubt if every last one of them marked their presence down. Over the next few days, I want to open booths and assess the skills and talents of those who remain, to see if we can get some more people to help with running Union City. Not saying we couldn't do something major on our own, but, you know, two heads are better than one. Yes, I see. But I mean, like, 500,000 people. It's gonna take a while. It will, certainly. Even if we limit each person to only 1 minute of interviewing. But I think as we get the lines going, we'll find some people who can run a booth of their own. And they'll find more booth runners, and so on and so forth. Alright. Sounds good enough for me. Say get a message out ASAP, but wait at least a day or so before we get this ball rolling. I'm tired as hell. I'm gonna teach you how to at least fly my copter. Next time we take a 20-hour round trip, we're taking turns at the wheel. Sounds like a plan. Get home and sleep tight. I'll do my best.
Comb your copies for sentiment. Any lead is one we must consider.
What are we doing? You know this is not in the interest of the society.
We shall not attack his life. We shall attack his heart.